You keep saying, I don't have time, but that's not true. You had time today. You had time yesterday. You'll have time tomorrow. You just didn't use it. And that's different. Because no time sounds like a problem. But wasting time, that's a choice. And choices are uncomfortable because they point back to you, not your schedule, not your situation, not your responsibilities. You. Look at your day honestly. Not what you planned, not what you intended, what actually happened. Hours disappeared. Not in hard work, not in progress, in small things. Scrolling, watching, thinking, delaying. Nothing dramatic, nothing obvious. That's why it's dangerous. Because it doesn't feel like waste. It feels like normal. You tell yourself, I needed a break. I'll start later. It's not a big deal. And in the moment, it isn't. But repetition turns small moments into patterns, and patterns build your life. Right now, your life is built on delay, not intentional delay, automatic delay. You don't even question it anymore. You just say, I'll do it later. And your brain accepts it because you've proven it true over and over again. That's how identity forms, not from big actions, from repeated behavior. You repeat something enough, it becomes who you are. And right now, you've repeated avoidance. So now, you don't just avoid sometimes. You are someone who avoids. That's why everything feels harder, because you're fighting your own pattern. You sit down to do something important, and suddenly, you feel tired, distracted, unfocused. But notice something. That feeling doesn't appear randomly. It appears at the exact moment you're about to do something that matters. That's not coincidence. That's conditioning. Your brain has learned important equals uncomfortable, so it protects you, not from failure, from discomfort. And it does that by making you waste time. Not aggressively, not obviously, subtly. You pick up your phone. Just for a second. You open one app, then another, and suddenly an hour is gone. But it didn't feel like an hour. It felt like seconds. That's how time disappears. Not in big chunks, in unnoticed moments. And those moments add up. Hours turn into days. Days turn into weeks. And nothing changes. Not because you can't change, because you keep escaping the moment where change begins. That moment is always the same. Right before action, right before effort, right before discomfort. And every time you reach it, you choose something easier. That's the truth. You're not losing time, you're trading it. Trading growth for comfort, trading progress for distraction, trading your future for something that feels easier right now. And the worst part, it doesn't feel like a trade. It feels like nothing because you don't see what you're losing. You don't see the version of yourself that never gets built, the discipline you never develop, the opportunities you never create. They don't exist, so they don't hurt, but they're still gone. That's why this is so dangerous. You're not failing, you're drifting. And drift feels harmless until you look back and realize how far you've gone without ever deciding to. That's when it hits. Not suddenly, quietly, a realization. I wasted time. Not because you had none, because you didn't respect it. You treated it like something endless, something you could always use later. But later keeps moving, and every time you say later, you push your life further away. Not dramatically, just enough that you don't notice, until you do. And when you do, it's heavy, because now you can't blame anything else. You can't say you didn't know. You saw it, you felt it, you just didn't act on it. That's the truth, and it's uncomfortable, because now the problem is clear. It's not time, it's how you use it, or more accurately, how you avoid using it. You've built a system where wasting time feels normal, where distraction feels deserved, where delay feels justified. And that system is running automatically. You don't decide to waste time, you just do, without thinking, without questioning. That's when it becomes dangerous, because now it's not a mistake, it's a habit. And habits don't change just because you want them to. They change when you interrupt them. But interruption requires awareness, and awareness requires honesty. So ask yourself, if you were honest about your day, would you call it productive or just busy? Because there's a difference. Busy feels like effort. Productive creates results. You've mastered being busy, doing small things, avoiding big ones. That's why nothing changes. Not because you're incapable, because you're distracted. And distraction is powerful. It doesn't fight you, it seduces you. It makes you feel comfortable while stealing your time. And you let it, every day. Not because you want to fail, because it's easier than facing what actually matters. And until that changes, nothing else will. Not your habits, not your life, not your future. Because everything you want exists on the other side of the time you keep wasting. And right now, you're choosing not to go there. Not once, not accidentally, consistently. That's the reality. You're not losing time. You're giving it away on purpose.